Namaskar, Jai Shri Krishna. Illuminating text 1, text 2 and text 3 of chapter 6, creation of the universal form of third canto, the status quo of Srimad Bhagavatam. Text 1. Rushi Ruvacha iti tasam swashakti nam sati nama sametya saha prasupta lokatantranam nishamya gatimishvaraha. The Rishi Maitreya said, the Lord thus heard about the suspension of the progressive creative functions of the universe due to the non-combination of his potencies such as the Mahat Tattva. There is nothing wanting in the creation of the Lord. All the potencies are there in a dormant state, but unless they are combined by the will of the Lord, nothing can progress. The suspended progressive work of creation can only be revived by the direction of the Lord. Text 2. Kala samdhyam tada devim bibhracha chhakti murukramaha trayo vimshati tattvanam ganam yuga pada vishat. The Supreme Powerful Lord then simultaneously entered into the 23 elements with the goddess Kali, his external energy who alone amalgamates all the different elements. The ingredients of matter are counted as 23. The total material energy falls ego, sound, touch, form, taste, smell, earth, water, fire, air, sky, eye, ear, nose, tongue, skin, hand, leg, evacuating organ, genitals, speech and mind. All are combined together by the influence of time and are again dissolved in the course of time. Time therefore is the energy of the Lord and acts in her own way by the direction of the Lord. This energy is called Kali and is represented by the dark destructive goddess generally worshipped by persons influenced by the mode of darkness or ignorance in material existence. In the Vedic hymn, this process is described as Mula Prakrutir Avikrutir Mahadadhyaha Prakruti Vikrutayaha Sapta Sodashakastu Vikaro Na Prakrutir Na Vikrutiha Purushaha. The energy which acts as material nature in a combination of 23 ingredients is not the final source of creation. The Lord enters into the elements and applies his energy called Kali. In all other Vedic scriptures, the same principle is accepted. In Brahma Samhita 5.35, it is stated, Iko api asau racharitum jagat anda kotim yacha chaktir asti jagat anda chaya yada antaha adantarastha paramanu chayantarasthama govindam adi purusham tama aham bhajami. I worship the primeval Lord Govinda, who is the original personality of Godhead. By his partial plenary expansion Mahavishnu, he enters into material nature and then into each and every universe as Garbhodakshay Vishnu and then as Shirodakshay Vishnu into all the elements, including every atom of matter. Such manifestations of cosmic creation are innumerable, both in the universes and in the individual atoms. Similarly, this is confirmed in Bhagavad Gita 10.42. Athava bahunaiten kima jaten tavarjuna vistabhyaham idam kritsnam ekamshen sthito jagat. O Arjun, there is no necessity of your knowing about my innumerable energies which act in various ways. I enter into the material creation by my partial plenary expansion, Paramatma or the Super Soul, in all the universes and in all the elements thereof, and thus the work of creation goes on. The wonderful activities of material nature are due to Lord Krishna and thus he is the final cause or the ultimate cause of all causes. Text 3. So anupravishto bhagvam shra cheshta rupen tama ganam bhinnam samayo jayama suptam karma prabodhayan. Thus when the personality of Godhead entered into the elements by his energy, all the living entities were enlivened into different activities just as one is engaged in his work after awakening from sleep. Every individual soul remains unconscious after the dissolution of the creation and he enters into the Lord with his material energy. These individual living entities are conditioned souls everlastingly, but in each and every material creation, they are given a chance to liberate themselves and become free souls. They are given all a chance to take advantage of the Vedic wisdom and find out what is the relationship with the Supreme Lord. how they can be liberated, and what the ultimate profit is in such liberation. By properly studying the Vedas, one becomes conscious of his position and thus takes to the transcendental service of the Lord in devotional service and is gradually promoted to the spiritual sky. The individual souls in the material world engage in different activities according to their past unfinished desires. After the dissolution of a particular body, the individual soul forgets everything. But the all-merciful Lord, who is situated in everyone's heart as the witness, the super soul awakens him and reminds him of his past desires, and thus he begins to act accordingly in his next life. This unseen guidance is described as fate, and a sensible man can understand that this continues his material bondage in the three modes of nature. The unconscious sleeping stage of the living entity just after the partial or total dissolution of the creation is wrongly accepted as the final stage of life by some less intelligent philosophers. After the dissolution of the partial material body, a living entity remains unconscious for only a few months. And after the total dissolution of the material creation, he remains unconscious for many millions of years. But when the creation is again revived, he is awakened to his work by the Lord. The living entity is eternal, and the wakeful state of his consciousness manifested by activities is his natural condition of life. He cannot stop acting while awake, and thus he acts according to his diverse desires. When his desires are trained in the transcendental service of the Lord, his life becomes perfect, and he is promoted to the spiritual sky to enjoy eternal awakened life. Hare Krishna.